In this video, we will do a conceptual tangent line example. So it's going to be a relatively short example, but an important one. So this says the tangent line to a function f at the point 7, 12 passes through the point 11, -8. And I want to compute in part A f of 7 and in part B f prime of 7. Pause the video for 2 to 3 minutes to try this. 4, 3, 2, 1, pause the video. Pause the video for about 2 to 3 minutes to try this question. Alright, so hopefully you've done that. Hopefully you've paused the video to think about this. So it helps to have a visual sense of what's going on. So I'm just going to draw some axes. And my picture is not going to be perfect here. I mostly want to get a rough feel for what's going on. So 7, 12 might be a point somewhere here. And the other point, 11, -8, that would be somewhere like way down here. 11, -8. So whatever my graph looks like, there's a tangent line to the graph at the point 7, 12. So at the point 7, 12, there needs to be a tangent line right at that point. So that means that the graph, whatever the graph of the function looks like, so whatever the graph of the function might look like, right at 7, 12, the function needs to go through this point. And not only does it need to go through that point, it'll have to be angled in such a way that when I draw my tangent line, the tangent line is going to pass through 11, -8. Okay, so I've just drawn a little bit of the graph like this. Okay, but let's just see what we can do based off of this tiny part of this graph I've drawn. Okay, so the question wants to know what's f of 7. Well, that's asking, what's the y value of the function at x equals 7? Well, I can see, so this is asking what's the y value of the function at x equals 7. But the y value of the function at x equals 7 at that point of tangency is the same thing as the y value of the tangent line, because they both pass through that same point. Y value of the tangent line at x equals 7. And the y value of the tangent line we know is 12, because that's given to me. It's given to me that y coordinate is 12. Alrighty. Okay, so we know what f of 7 is. What about this derivative? What's f prime of 7? Well, we know the derivative represents a slope of a tangent line. So this is the slope of the tangent line to the graph at x equals 7. Okay, so let's draw in that tangent line. So the tangent line needs to pass through this point and go through 11, -8. I know my picture is not perfect. Well, let's say it does something like this. Okay, so the picture is just there to help me get a visual idea of what's going on. So if I want the slope of the tangent line, I just have to find the slope of the line connecting these 2 points. So I use my slope formula. Let's do -8 minus 12 over 11 minus 7, which is -20 over 4, which is -5. And that is the slope of the tangent line. So in the next video, we will look at another form for the definition of the derivative.